The third part of analysis of DC circuit. The third part of analysis of DC circuit, which includes your some series and parallel connection and transformation of sources. So some of the basics already you know, some of the basics. So this is called as series and parallel connection of sources. So if the sources are connected in the series, if multiple sources are connected in the series, then what happens? Then how to get a equivalent source value? So in series you find multiple voltage sources, in parallel we find multiple current sources. In a series we find multiple voltage sources. Multiple voltage sources can be possible only in the series, because in a series current becomes same. Only there is a voltage is divided, or you can have a different voltages in a series. You can have different currents in a parallel, but it is not possible to have different currents in series and different voltages in parallel. Let us take two examples. In this example we are having three voltage sources, first, and this is your second, and this is your third. Here we are having three voltage sources. We are trying to replace these three voltage sources with a single voltage source. How to replace? How we have to consider? So if you want to replace a multiple voltage sources with a single voltages, we have to check the polarities. It means that if I have a voltage source here, if I have voltage source V1 here, if I have one more voltage source plus minus V2, then the equivalent circuit becomes, the equivalent contains a single voltage source plus minus V1 plus V2. Here the negative is connected to, it is following the positive. Then we have to do addition. If negative follows the positive, if positive follows negative, then we have to do addition. For example, if I have one more element, same positive and negative with V3, then we have to do here V1 plus V2 plus V3. Unlike if I have element positive and negative V1, negative positive with V2, positive negative with V3, positive negative, negative positive. Here you are having positive negative, negative positive, positive and negative. So let us consider these two. Here it is following positive and positive, so same polarities are following, so its equivalent becomes V2 minus V3. So this is your equivalent of these two, V2 minus V3, and positive negative, positive negative. For V2 minus V3, how it will be? Negative and positive. Let us draw here. Positive negative, this is V1, and here it is V2 minus V3, negative and positive, V2 minus V3, V2 minus V3. Now it becomes positive negative, negative negative. So V1 minus of V2 minus V3. V1 minus of V2 minus V3. Why we are considering minus plus here? We are considering this is a highest value. That's why we are considering its polarity. Minus plus. Got my point? That's why we are considering minus plus. So V1 minus of V2 minus V3, it becomes V1 minus V2 plus V3. Otherwise, you can write simply like this. So instead of going if I have too many sources, like how to write directly, how to like replace these multiple sources with a single source. Like let us consider this is a reference. So this is a reference. Write here V1. Write here V1. So the first polarity is positive and second is negative. Let's observe the second one. The first is positive, second is negative. Just write simply it is following V1. V2 is following the same polarity convention. The first is positive, second is negative. So plus V2, right? Next go through, just go for third one. With respect to V1, here it is positive, negative. It is negative, positive. Positive, negative, negative, positive. So it is opposing. So it is having right here minus V3. Next, for V4, V1 positive negative, V4 positive negative. So it is same. So right here V4. And for V5, it is positive negative, but it is negative positive. Right here minus V5. So these 5 voltage sources are replaced with single voltage source with V1 plus V2 minus V3 plus V4 minus V5. Like this we need to replace multiple voltage sources which are connected in the series with single voltage source by following their polarities. Then what about the current? If I have multiple current sources in parallel, it is very simple. If all the current sources are in the same direction, consider that current here at one side, and the current which are in opposite direction, consider the opposite side. Here I am considering I1 which is pointing towards up. Let us consider this is a reference which is pointing up is I1. I2 is pointing down. So now minus I2. I3 is pointing up minus I3. If I have one more element here, so which is pointing down, then here I can write minus I4. Only the arrow direction we have to consider. For current sources or multiple current sources are replaced with a single current source by using their current direction. So here the voltage sources are connected in series. Here the current sources are connected in parallel. This is series parallel connection of sources. Series parallel connection of sources. Here you are having two voltage sources V1 and V2 connected in parallel. When this connection is possible, if V1 is equal to V2, then only it is said to be correct. If V1 is not equal to V2, what happens? It leads to circulating current among the sources. So we should consider always the voltage value in the parallel should be equal. So if V1 equal to V2, what happens? It means that if I connect similar voltage sources in series, in parallel, if I connect one more voltage source in parallel, then what happens? It increases current rating. By connecting multiple equal voltage sources in the parallel, it increases the current rating by connecting. If you connect multiple voltage sources in parallel, it leads to circulating current among the sources. So this should be avoided. Only this is only allowed. This connecting different voltages V1 is not equal to E2 in parallel. Next, while coming to the series and parallel connection of current sources. In series, always current should be same. I1 is equal to I2. This is allowed, but I1 is not equal to I2 is not allowed. Because if I1 is not equal to I2, it does not it does not follow KCL. What is a KCL? For example, here I1 is current, here I2 is a current. Here this is a I1 is a current, here this is a I2 is a current. According to the KCL, the entering current should be leaving current. If I consider this is a one point, here I1 is a current entering, the same current should leave. Then only it obeys your KCL. If I1 is not equal to I2 in series, then it is violating KCL. So in this section it violates KCL. So this is not allowed. I1 is not equal to I2 is not allowed in series. So two different current sources must not be connected. Two different voltage sources must not be connected in parallel, and similarly two different current sources must not be connected in series, as it violates Kirchhoff's current law. Next top point is node, branches and loops. Already we have seen this node, branches and loops. Just it is in a brief view. What is a branch? A branch represents a single element such as a active element or passive element. Active elements are nothing but voltage source or current sources. Passive elements, example is resistor, inductor, capacitor. So a branch represents a single element such as a voltage source or a resistor. What is a node? A node is nothing but it is a point where two or more branches are. A branch is an element, so where two or more elements are connected. So branch is nothing but, so this is a branch, we can say this is a branch because we are having a element here. And if I connect a voltage source or any element, so this is called as a node. In this, at this point, these two elements are connected. If I connect a resistor, this is also called as a node. So this is how many branches are there? 1, 2, 3 branches and one node. So this is called as a common node. So this is called as a common node where all three branches are connected. It means that you can draw the same like this. You can draw same like this, positive, negative, this one. So you are having how many nodes? Only two nodes. This is a similar to this node and this is also similar to this node. So totally we are having, this is a one node and in the bottom we are having, these are the same nodes. So we are having totally two nodes and three branches. How many loops? Independent loops. So this is a first independent loop and this is your second independent loop. So this is having totally three branches, two loops and two nodes. So we have a formula, very important. Number of branches is equal to number of nodes plus number of independent loops minus 1. So this is your number of branches. Number of branches is equal to number of nodes and this is equal to independent loops. This is the relation between your branches equal to nodes plus loops minus 1. So let us find how many nodes are there? 2 nodes. How many loops are there? 2 loops. So branches is equal to nodes plus loops minus 1. So which is equal to 4 plus 4 minus 1, which becomes your 3. So whether it is giving equal answers? Yes. So here we are having 3 branches. First branch, second branch and third branch. Totally 3 branches are there. So a node is a point where 2 or more branches are connected, and loop is a closed path in a circuit. Let us see one example here. Here you are having how many branches? Just directly we can say, just count number of elements. This is a first element, this is your second element, this is your third element, and this is your fourth element, and this is your fifth element. So number of branches are 5. Now let us examine node. So at this point A, this element and this element is connected. So you can consider this is a one node. And at this point, this element and this element is connected. You can consider this is also one node. And can I consider this is a node? No, because this between these two there is no any. If I consider this is at this point, these two elements are connected. At this point, these two elements are connected. But here we can consider these three nodes as a single node. These three nodes as a single node. Similarly, because there is no any element between these two nodes, and between these two nodes, do we have any element? No. So we can consider this totally as a single node. So how many nodes are there? This is a 1, and this is 2, and this is your 3. Totally 5 branches and nodes equal to 3 nodes. And how many loops? This is your first loop, second loop, and your third loop. Totally 3 independent loops. Let us substitute these values. Let us find B is equal to branches. Let us verify whether we are getting this value or not. 5. Number of independent loops are 3. Number of nodes are 3 and minus 1. 3 plus 3, 6 minus 1, which is equal to 5. So number of branches are 5. You can draw the same circuit like this. This is also same circuit of this one. LHS equal to RHS. Series and parallel elements. Here we have to consider, you need to remember this one. 2 or more elements are in series if they exclusively share a single node or consequently carry the same current. 2 or more elements are in series and exclusively share a single node. That is nothing but, for example, this is a element and this is one more element. It is sharing this node exclusively. So this will carry a same current. These two elements carry same current. If I1 current flows, here I2 current flows, I1 equal to I2. Next, 2 or more elements are in parallel. This is one, this is one. These two are in parallel if they are connected to the same nodes. So this is a node, this is a node, this is a node, this is a node. These two are the common nodes, these two are the common nodes. Connected to the same nodes and consequently have same voltages across them. It means that here the voltage is V1, here the voltage is V2. So V1 is equal to V2. They are telling that 2 are elements in series if they exclusively share a single node, consequently carry the same current. If 2 or more elements in parallel, if they are connected to the same node, then they have same voltage across them. So series and parallel. So parallel resistor, if I have a parallel resistor, already we have seen this current division concept. So here you are having a two resistors which are sharing same nodes, These two resistors are in parallel and sharing connected to same node. This is a node A and this is node B. This is node A and node B. How many nodes are there? Totally we are having two nodes only. This node is also here. This is a node only. This is not a node because there is no any element between this. So two nodes are there. So this is a entering current I. This entering current is divided among these two resistors. So according to the current division rule, If I want to find current I1 is equal to total current, that is of source current into opposite resistance, where this total current is divided, that we have to consider opposite, R2 by R1 plus R2. And if I want to consider I2 is equal to total current into R1 by R1 plus R2. This is your current division rule. Already we have seen this current division rule. So this is very important, source transformation. This source transformation is helpful in your theorems, in your Thevenin's and like your Norton's theorem. That's why we are considering at this point. So here you are having a voltage source. Always for the voltage source, resistor is connected in the series. For current source, resistor is connected in the parallel. Because if you consider a voltage source, if it is of ideal voltage source, there is no any resistor. This resistance value is 0. Because for ideal voltage source, Rs equal to 0, that is replaced with a short line. For ideal voltage source, if it is of practical, this is your practical voltage source. If it is of ideal current source, then the internal resistance, this is your internal resistance is infinite. So for current source, the resistance is connected in parallel. For voltage source, resistance should be connected in series. So Vs equal to R. So source transformation, if I want to a source transformation is a process of replacing a voltage source in series with a resistor by a current source in parallel with the resistance. Or if I have a current source in parallel with the resistor, that is replaced with the voltage source in series with the R. For example, let us consider this LHS part. In this LHS part, we are having a voltage source and in series with the resistor. How it is replaced into the current source? So here we have to draw a current source Is, its value is Is, and we have to draw a resistor. Here we have to draw a resistor. The same resistor value here we have to draw. We have to write. But what will be the value of this Is? This Is is nothing but, what is the Ohm's law? With Ohm's law, V is equal to I into R. I want to find I. I is equal to V by R. Do we have V and R values? Yes. So Is is equal to Vs by R. So this current source value is Vs is equal to Is. This Is is equal to Vs by R. This is called as source transformation. This is your source transformation for voltage source. For dependent sources also can be transformed. For example, in this we have taken voltage to current. Let us take current to voltage. Let us take so the source transformation is also applied to dependent sources also. Source transformation is applied to dependent. So source transformation is applied to dependent source also. A source transformation does not affect the remaining part of the circuit. Here we are replacing, this is your dependent, it is your voltage source, and it is converted into a current source with, by replacing a series resistor with the parallel resistance value. Last point, these are the key points for source transformation. The first key point is the arrow of the current source is directed towards the positive terminal of the voltage source. What do you mean by this one? The meaning of this one is, so if you replace a voltage source with the current source, always the direction of the arrow symbol direction should be towards the positive terminal. Next, the source transformation is not possible when R is 0. Source transformation is not possible when R is 0. When R becomes 0? For ideal sources. What happens if R equal to 0? Here we have a Vs. Here I have a Vs. If this R value is 0, if this Rs is 0, if this Rs is 0, here you have to get Is. Is is equal to Vs by Rs. What will be the value of Vs? You may have some value, but Rs is 0. So something by 0 is infinite. Is it possible to get infinite current? So no. So however, for practical sources only the source transformation is possible. Similarly, for ideal current source R is infinite, so cannot be replaced by a finite voltage source. So for ideal voltage source or current source is not replaced. So thank you. In the next class we will see some problems related to this circuit analysis.